Oh man, what a fight you missed. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't think this was a feature in this game. Sora from Kingdom Hearts turned up and shot all of my opponents with a gun. That was incredible. I didn't think they'd programmed that in. But no, they did put that in as a fun reference to Dragon Ball Super, where that definitely happens. Only a Jedi can save you now. Viciously, he sticks his fingers in your dinner. You will be saved by this action. You may not realise it at the time. He was trying to protect you. He was removing the bomb planted in your spinach. It was a method devised to assassinate Popeye back in the day, when he was considered a threat to national security. No one should have arms that big. What if he punches the country off the planet? And it just flies off into space because he hit it so hard with his big arms. We can't risk that. Make the spinach explode, please. And now you've wound up as collateral damage in that battle. And Qui-Gon Jinn just wanted to protect you. Qui-Gon Jinn has only ever wanted what's best for you. Alright? I know he has a strange way of showing it sometimes. Namely, thrusting his unwashed hands into your dinner. It's weird how it has worked out that that is the solution to the problem every time. You'd think one time he'd be making it up. Or at the very least that whoever's responsible would have changed tactics, having well established that this isn't working. I guess when all you have's a bomb in a plate of spinach, the whole world starts looking like a nail still. Right. I've overcome... Ah! Well, I guess I'll have to talk about that later then. Silly tit marshal making me forget about Yamcha. I was gonna show people something. One of the many facts of the Aubergine War. There were a lot of true statements pertaining to it. Oh yes. More than usual somehow. I guess just because more happened in the Aubergine War than usually happens in any other situation? I don't know the exact circumstances of how this can become true, but I do think you just thrust your tail through the floor and up into his leg as an attack. I want to take another look at that at some point. Because if so, bravo. Popular trick for any scorpion-based boss fight. You're not a scorpion this time, which is why it caught me off guard. If you'd even been in the arachnid family, I'd have been sort of ready for it. I have a bachelor's degree in arachnid preparation. Right, now, I've had this weakness where I like going from the low sweep to the heavy attack, but it doesn't work in Yamcha's case because he does the backflip like that, you see, and I'm getting killed while I show you. But what? Well, I can't. I just wanted to show people the thing. Get your dick out of the oven. How dare you? Just punched a man who had nothing to do with the fight as it was currently happening. I wheeped at you. Right, no. Have a redemption arc in the bathroom. Go on. Nobody wants to see you like this. They want to see you after you've had an existential revelation while pissing. This one clone of Cell is far more powerful than anyone I've ever faced somehow. Alright, we've dealt with the evident threat. Thank heavens. The mightiest kettle of crisps you ever did see belongs to me. Take this and get fucked today. Oh yeah, I want to see if you've got what it takes to sweep the... Yeah, you're going through the underground. Careful, you might skewer someone true. We're all very concerned about this happening, but not as concerned as you're going to be when you blow up. Is this red? Is this one red? It's red! It's sort of reddish pink. They sort of faintly recoloured the Majin Buu effect. Didn't have to do it at all, I suppose. It's still very good. It's very good and we like to see it. And speaking of a Buu, it's time to meet you. But only I have the strength to carry on afterwards. Do my little spins. Oh, go. No! The Grim Reaper's come to tea, and he says that you're not me, and I believe him. Because I think I would know if you were. Could this be a game over? No, I want it to turn you into biscuit instead of dying. Right. You've got to listen to my biscuit request. You've got to listen right now. Because if you don't, I'll be somewhat sad and you've died, so it's now fine. Such a shame that we don't have the resources to go fishing anymore. What have we got on the beach at any rate? That's a very nice looking sea, apart from the bits that they had to actually animate, where it's just sort of normal. You're getting crumbs all over the beach.
I've had better.
Are you thinking that in your mind or saying it with another mouth that I can't see?
Won't be enough to satisfy me.
You can't clear everything on a
They don't
beach.
possess much energy. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I need as much strength as I can get.
If I intend to fight the entire universe,
If I'm right, my lesser half
it turns into a giant mech made up of all the planets in it. That's actually what happens when the universe collapses in on itself.
No matter. I'm sure every last one of them can only lend a finite amount of power.
That's what Big Bang means, actually. In the first language ever invented, it's the term meaning big ol' robot that'll punch.
And there's only one way for her to
Of
power
course, it
herself up.
being comprised of the entirety of known existence, we're not sure what it's going to punch. But it eventually.
In the end, will that hypocrite finally give in and feed or not? Whatever. No point in pondering it. Ultimately, only she can make the decision.
I'm not sure what this scene was
I'm just
about.
going
I
to
went
keep
off on a
eating
tangent and I
more
lost
and
track.
more in the meantime.
Were you just
Just
pontificating on the
see.
nature of not being an arsehole? And how it's not for you, probably?
This is bad.
Well, we're in an orb now, that's fine.
Clones that used to be out there have all disappeared now.
It seems that the other 21 must be eating them.
At this rate, the next time we see her, she is gonna have some monster strength.
There's no question then. That means we have no
That'll
choice
be
but to
bad.
hurry too.
I've got nothing to fucking say about any of this.
We'll just have to keep defeating enemies until we find her.
Take out all the clones until you run out, and that's the plan.
If she's still
Do that
eating
plan
them,
again, except
we
this
should run
time it's
into
not
her
Frieza's
sooner or
idea.
later.
True. It's not like we have any other
Oh,
clues to work
Piccolo
off
was
of at
speaking. I
this
thought
point.
Android 16 was somehow alive again.
How annoying.
I came back to agree with you.
We should just go and find the other 21 and destroy her right now.
I want to, but she's really powered herself up. We probably won't be able to beat her just yet.
We need to start eating the clones.
Defeating the clones will boost your link ratio.
What's that tutorial-ass comment?
You need to work to unlock more of your power.
Remember how the orb is involved?
Okay,
Nobody's
do
really
this
addressed
again.
me at
Just
all.
need to defeat more clones, right?
I was used to being an active part in the story, but I'm sort of not anymore.
That is correct. And if things don't work out, I'll...
Self-detonate, destroying the world.
Oh, it's nothing. Okay, let's get to work.
Might be overkill, but it'll sort of solve the problem. Right, now for another sequence of fights. Come and get some of them They're delicious. Anyone can take their chances at the roulette wheel as long as they pay me the entry fee. That's my... Ooh! Yes! So, in order to combat my instinct to go straight from the leg sweep into the heavy attack, with Yamcha I'm just continuing to hold down, because the leg sweep will combo into his uppercut move. This was absolutely not worth the build-up it unintentionally ended up getting. It's just a little trick that helps me personally to avoid the consequences of my conditioning. Squiddly! No, no, come on, Squiddly! Aha, I was still backflipping, making your efforts to stop me useless. Oh! A mutual Canathon. No, that's not mutual at all! Oh, you're in for fuck now, it's the pink turn. It's time for the pinkest duo in the land to share with you the sandwiches that made them who they are. Right, there's this, and then hopefully this will hit. It's not doing a lot of damage, but I got a 41 hit combo, which is, in terms of this game, not actually that high, but it's a number. Right, you've left me with no choice, it's time for a horse duvet. The horse duvet didn't work. Stab you, right? Boom. I'm still unlocking the mysteries of the crypt, but that doesn't mean I can't fuck you to sleep. Look at this laser. He wasn't looking. If he looked at the laser, it'd hit him, or at the very least, it would temporarily blind him and has like a flashbang effect, and then he wouldn't be able to stop my next kick. I managed to get through it regardless. I guess maybe the lesson here is to stop relying on underhanded tactics like that and just fight him honourably. Beat him with my own strength. Have more faith in myself. But I don't feel like it. Hoo 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 hoo. Certainly, I feel alive near the tulips. Don't take them away. I'll be cast into existential abyss. I would say a existential abyss, but you knew what I fucking meant. You pedantic arsehole. You didn't know who you are. Forget sometimes how slow a lot of your medium attacks are. I need to rely on the butcher's wisdom to get through this. There's no other way. But just the know-how of someone who cuts meat for a living. Oh. You could find out so much. You can learn so much from the butchers if you just take a chance on them. Change your mind. There's a butcher's grind. Not sure what that means. Take a chance on me. If you put me to the test, I will give you beef. Number 4, Yamcha, no. Oh. You can't just make Yamcha eat shit like that. It's not good. Okay, so the mid one goes up. We've established that once and for all. Here I stab you. Oh, what's the? Why are you giving me? What's that symbol about? And why did my attempts to use it both times not work? You've got to. Come on. There's. I mean, it's yellow this time. What does that change? Does it change my ability to wobbly 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 wobbly? I didn't think it would, but I did want to check. That was just a swap. I guess we'll never know. Put in more people. I don't know if I want to bother with all the people. Like, I'll get more people than I have been, but honestly, I mean, I feel like I keep saying this, but it's like so much diminishing returns at this point. I kind of just want to get this series concluded. We've had a good run, but it's time. It just naturally is. I very much appreciated the pace things were moving at when I was not really bothering about the Link events. And as invested as I am in Yamcha and my big pink boo, I think the time has come to bid them adieu. It's time to eat the curtains. It's time to go to sleep. It's time to get arrested on the Muppet Show tonight. They don't even have normal legs. They have cybernetic ones. That's cheating. Don't you understand that when you see the memory card in the memory card slot, that means there's a memory card in the memory card slot. Right, believe the evidence of your eyes. You have to trust in something or you're lost. I raised an axolotl to play a funky little tune in the daytime. It reacts to the sun! No. It's like using solar panel technology. I have raised an axolotl. You heard me. It's light reactive. It knows what time of day it is, and it'll play you just an absolute banger of a tune. That's the philosophy behind my axolotl breeding program. Only the greatest hits. Quiche Lorraine, you'll never be the same. Eat your dinner and be forever changed. There's no escape from the inevitability. That was the inevitability. You will notice you didn't escape from it. This has established my presence as a truth teller. A teller of big old truths. You can't deny it anymore. I've got the right idea. You've got a grenade. So I guess really you're in the better position, huh? If we're being honest about what counts right in this situation right now. Ah, that time it actually hit you. Gonna keep just blonking. I can blonk everything that I need to at this. Who did you step downwards about this time? I don't know, have I just not been paying attention, or have I legitimately never seen you do that animation? Discovering new things about your legs every day. I feel like I've somehow, like my energy has increased after having out loud made the decision to spend less time on this game. It's interesting, some sort of unconscious psychological reaction to knowing that the end is closer than I thought that it would be in the project to increase motivation, punch a small pink boy until he falls apart. Oh, you may have dodged my laser beam, but you can't. Oh God, he can. You very bouncy attacks, but can you not do these things to me? He punched me in my kneecap. It's so unfortunate. I think I might have to cry about it. Watch my blog where you will see that I do. Oh, do I have to be in the sky, maybe? Do I have to... You know what? Now may not be the time to be figuring this stuff out.
Please forgive me.
There's no reason to take anyone out from a farmer's market. Unless it's an emergency. Let them buy cheese. Or whatever the fuck. Series of artisanal jams. It's my retelling of a series of unfortunate events in the same vein as Pride, Prejudice and Zombies, except they just have artisanal jams at random points in the story. Honestly, it's odd how little it interferes with, like, the tone of that series. Like, it would absolutely make sense for there to just be... for people to just stop what they were doing and talk about artisanal jams. That's the energy that Lemony Snicket brings to the table. Anyway, Phase 4. What wisdoms do you have for us?
Later, so might as well tell you.
Oh?
When I was a strapping young lad, guess who I was going out with? Boma, that's right. Yeah, a lot happened, and we went our separate ways. But I still know her pretty well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if she gets like super ticked off at you for some reason, just do this. You ready? Apologize. Apologize till the cows come home. You did it. You're wrong. That's the only way. She looks stubborn, but her fuse burns out fast. Usually she's back to normal in an hour.
This... I don't like you as much anymore. I mean, you've done the right thing, but God, for the wrong reason. Long overdue for a leadership boo. Let's be honest. He's quietly been the star of the show for a while now. He's big, he's pink, he'll punch you down the sink. It's what he thinks plumbing is. Don't hold it against him, or he'll hold you against the furnace! Don't do all this. I want to win! I've got to win, and I'm not gonna do that if you're being difficult. Oh, God. Oh, when I became an ally of King Neptune, I thought all of this was behind me. I thought I had it made. I thought I built it, and therefore they would come. But it turns out that really did not apply to a situation where King Neptune stops me losing a video game. He'd not even asked me to build anything. I should, in hindsight, probably have checked that what the situation was, what fealty to him actually entailed in terms of advantages that I would get. What are the Neptune ally benefits packages on offer? No one thinks to establish these things. Alright. I'm even just guessing that he's the one with the trident, if I'm being honest. I want to be friends with people who own tridents. Maybe they'll let me have one. Or at the very least they know how to get them. Someone who knows how to get tridents is good in my book. If I can obtain their knowledge. If I can obtain their knowledge, I will have a trident of my own, and then I can throw it into a bank. Skewering the bourgeoisie! No. At the last moment, you failed. You failed in what was ultimately the point. Now there's only one way. And it's two ways. So that's already just an inherent contradiction. It's just made this whole situation very confusing for all involved. Please get away from me. Nope. All the twiddly shit that you're doing right now won't work. It won't work, I've got a magnet. I'll pull all of the large bits of metal in the area into your path, you'll punch them instead. I know how to deflect your attacks. I came into this with extensive knowledge of all your weaknesses. And it's mostly not being able to punch through metal. I imagine they can probably punch through metal. You can destroy planets with a laser beam. As can we all. Oh, progression.
Well, after a little more time, I think I've gotten pretty used to this link thing. I feel like my power's back. It's back to normal now.
No matter how much you boost your link ratio, it'll only restore your original power. But new power is the only way we're going to win this.
That's literally never been a concern in the past.
Hey, it'd be dangerous if we had two people that strong duking it out here. You'd end up destroying the Earth.
That's true, Krillin.
Please don't destroy the Earth.
Won't mean a thing to her. We have no choice.
We have no choice but to destroy the Earth
We'll
now.
have the final battle somewhere else.
Shell.
Hold on, listen up. I've got an idea. Really?
Are you gonna teleport to the land of the
That's
Kais
just great.
again?
I'm not sure we can trust one of your ideas.
Is it just the thing we've seen?
Plans aren't exactly foolproof, you know.
What?
Well, then we wouldn't be able to get the Fool into them. And he's the key to all of
Make
this.
sure you think long and hard about it first.
LeFou has there's the highest power level in this universe.
Man, you guys are sure letting him have it.
After Beauty and the Beast wrapped up, he was like, you know what? My heart was never in any of this, if I'm being honest. I kinda knew that Gaston was a dick. it's time for me to have a long, hard think about who I am and what I stand for, and apparently what he stands for is just massive fucking key blasts.
He does always screw things up somehow.
Hey, don't say that. Look, I'll tell you about my idea after I defeat all the clones.
Me when a project is due.
Fine. We'll leave things to you for the time being.
Yes, it's time. Okay, everyone, let's do this.
Let's wrap up the rest of the clones, and then we'll leave them alones. Ha 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 ha. Give me 50 pence. Oh, Majin Buu. Let's end on a Majin Buu Link event. We need to see the funny boy get what he wants from the biscuit tin. Oh, I accidentally. You know what? I'll give you a cartwheel power. Now, what was the? Here we go. Phase 4. Phase 4 for the funny Boo. Yes.
Bad guys everywhere, we strong. We still win. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Of course, the strongest of all. Oh,
Boo.
it's finally Boo hungry. Maybe it's time for a snack break. Boo what sound nice?
You know what?
Cookies. You're such a cookie gourmet.
You know what? You've got the right idea. I'm certainly going to take a break of some sort from the events of the game. So I shall see you all next time when you call my name. Take care and goodbye.